Welcome to another edition of Star Talk, the podcast from the Durham County Sheriff's Office. I'm Clarence Birkhead, your Durham County Sheriff. Thank you for tuning in as we are connecting our office to a larger community both here locally in Durham and across North Carolina and anywhere you are. Today's show is probably the most important because we are hiring and need the best and the brightest to join our team. Joining me today is Kim Lane, our captain for recruitment and training. Captain Lane, welcome to Star Talk.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good afternoon. I am happy to be here, and you know I love talking about this topic.
Very good. I think this is going to be a great conversation, Captain Lane. I'd like to start out by giving our listening audience a little bit of your background. So please tell us about who you are and how you came to be in the position that you are currently in as the captain of training and recruiting. And so they'll know who they're going to be working with here at the Durham County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. I don't mind talking about myself, so let's give this a shot. I was born and bred in Durham, and I came here to the Sheriff's Office in 1996, actually, and was certified through the Durham County Sheriff's Office. So I have a dedication and a passion that obviously speaks for itself. And in those approximately 27 years, I've done a little bit of everything here. So I've worked in various supervisory roles. I've been exposed to every aspect of this agency, I can honestly say. And it puts me in a great position, I think, now at this point in my career. Only recently been in the training division for about 1 year exactly. And I've started to see a totally different side of things, and what I've been able to do is take my experience when I'm talking to a person and hone in on what it is they're interested in and what they want to do, and I'm able to tell them what we have and what we bring to the table and the opportunities that are there for them. So I think my experience helps with that, and of course I have a great staff. It is not me alone. Our division does quite a bit, and I certainly thank them and the hard work that they do.
Wow, that's great. Now, you just touched on something, Captain Lane, that I'm going to expand on just a little bit. Your personal experiences with your 27 years in law enforcement here, and 27 years as a woman in a profession historically dominated by men. Talk about your personal experiences and how you overcame perhaps some of those challenges that a female faced in law enforcement over the past 27 years.
I'm so happy you brought that up. I was actually the only female in my academy, and I was welcomed into a brotherhood, and I have been supported by my brothers and sisters from day one. And there hasn't been a lull in that at all. And that's one of the things I love about this agency. Now, we continue to have challenges in attracting females to this field. And I think every agency around the country is experiencing that. It's possible. Women can do it. I think sometimes what we don't do a good enough job, that's our local train in the background. We wanted to make sure you knew we were actually in Durham. So you also know what time we're recording this. It is getting the word out that females can do it. And we're not trying to wash anybody out. We would love to have more females in the role of detention officers and deputy sheriffs. I think we have a great representation in the detention center, but we need to do a little bit better on our law enforcement side. So, whoever's listening, please, let your kids know. And I mean, yes, we're recruiting today, but we're also trying to build a future for 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. I mean, we see a legacy here. So we got to get the word out.
You heard it right here. We're talking to Captain Lane, who's the captain over our training and recruiting division. Women wanted. We pride ourselves on being diverse and a reflection of the Durham community, and we certainly would like to have more females in our ranks, and we will continue to recruit heavily. And you mentioned detention center. Let let's transition our conversation. Can you please explain to those listening the difference between a law enforcement, a sworn officer, and a detention center officer or a detention officer?
Okay. Very popular question, actually. And some people do get a little confused, especially if you haven't had a lot of exposure to this line of work. They are both criminal justice officers in terms of certification with the state, in terms of the requirements, the background checks. All the paperwork is the same. What's different is some of the training, right? So a sworn deputy goes through about 6 to 7 months of an academy, whereas a detention officer, there's a little bit less training, okay? That's about 6 or 7 weeks. And their functions are different. So as a detention officer, you are going to be assigned to the detention facility. You're entrusted with the care of all the detainees in that facility. And of course, in a jail, these are generally pre-adjudicated individuals being held. And that's what makes it different from prison. And then on the law enforcement side, as a sworn deputy, you are enforcing the laws of the state of North Carolina and the United States. But it's not just enforcing laws. You're actually interacting with the community. You're providing services and function that aren't, people think all we do is take people to jail and write tickets. And that's really just a portion of what we do. We serve the community in so many ways. And that's really powers of arrest. I would say training and powers of arrest. That really sums it up, right?
No, I think you're right. The certifications are very similar on for detention officers or DOCC officers, correctional, jail personnel, as they are on law enforcement side. And I want to touch on something that I hear all the time. I can't pass the physical portion of the training. I hear that from men and women, but talk about what we've done to certainly be in line with the physical requirements by the state of North Carolina, but to help get over that hurdle, particularly for our female or our small male population, to help them get through and become physically fit and pass the state requirements.
Well, what we as an agency do, and not every agency does this, we pre-administer a physical agilities test so we can have a baseline of where you are. And we give you a little bit of extra time than what the state requires. Because
so we will help train you.
Yes.
Get you fit.
Yeah. If we can assess you and say, hey, you've got it. You're almost there. We know that our instructors, our physical fitness instructors, will have you where you need to be. And I can say with great confidence that we have a top-notch training team, and they don't just send you on a run, they do it with you. So anything that you're doing, they're going to do as well. So we lead by example. And what we look for is determination and a minimum ability, and we'll get you to where else you need to go.
Yeah, that's very good. You mentioned a moment ago, we don't want to wash anyone out. We want to hire the best of the best. We will train you to be the best of the best, and we'll help you both academically and physically become a corrections or law enforcement professional here at the Durham County Sheriff's Office. That's great. Talk a little bit about how to apply and get the process started, because I know it can take a bit longer because we do run our own academies and we're very thorough in our backgrounds, but tell our listeners what they need to do to get the process started.
Okay, the first step is to go online. We have made it super easy for you, and in partnership with the county, we have we call it a portal, for you to access. If you go to our website, and I can tell you the address, but honestly, it's just easier just to Google us. You can Google anything these days, right? Go to our website and look for the link that says Join the Team. You can look at what it takes to be a deputy sheriff, what it takes to be a detention officer. You follow those links. It takes you to a very simple preliminary application, and you answer various questions. And by answering those questions, it will let you know whether or not you meet the minimum criteria to take you to the next step. And those, I'll go ahead and tell you what those are. You've got to at least be 20 years of age, okay? You need to have a valid North Carolina driver's license. You need to have a GED or high school diploma, and no serious convictions, especially felony convictions. So depending on how you answer that question, it may reject you at that point. Now, the reason I bring that up, this is not arbitrary. We are regulated by North Carolina Sheriff Training and Standards. So as much as we might like a person or think that they're suitable, we have to review that applicant to determine whether or not the state will certify them, even after we train them and test them. So those, everything that I mentioned, those are all actually state requirements.
So sending people to our website, the Durham County Sheriff's Office website, click on Join the Team, and really get the process started. Captain Lane, thank you for sharing that. Now, you don't want me to give out your personal cell phone number, is that correct?
That's correct.
If someone experiences an issue, they can call our training division, or they can call our main office number here at the courthouse, and we will connect you with the individuals in our training division. Either Captain Lane or one of your staff members will help.
Absolutely. We are always willing to take phone calls and questions. I always encourage folks to first review the website because it answers so many of the questions that people often have. It's loaded with information, but we will answer any question. So, yeah, give us a call.
Yeah, very good. Now, I also know that we will accept a lateral. I want you to explain what a lateral hire is to our listening audience in very layman's terms. But I have a disclaimer, and you know it's a bad idea to make a statement if you got to put a disclaimer in front of it. I do not actively recruit from other sheriff's offices. So I want all of my colleagues out there to know, if they're listening to this, I'm not trying to steal your people away, but we are still looking for the best of the best. And sometimes an officer or a detention officer or deputy will recognize that one agency has a little something else to offer than where they are currently employed. So let's talk about what a lateral hire is.
A lateral hire is someone who is currently employed at another agency, but for one reason or another, they may need to leave that agency. Say it's a geographical relocation. A spouse gets a job in another county, or they need to be closer to another location. And yes, we're not trying to poach from other agencies, but we have a competitive salary, so you can never fault someone for wanting to come to another agency. There are a lot of opportunities here at the sheriff's office. Hey, we've got a lot to offer, so of course people are going to want to come to us.
We do indeed have a lot to offer here at the Durham County Sheriff's Office, and I take every opportunity to brag on the good work the men and women are doing here. And you mentioned pay. We've been very fortunate to have the support of county management and county commissioners that we've recently increased our salaries. So we are very competitive. I want people to go to our website so they can start the application process, and then we can tell them more about the salaries. But the good news that I want us to convey to our listeners today is that we are hiring. And we're doing great things in the service of the residents of Durham County. Everything we do is designed to serve the community. And people get confused about the Durham County Sheriff's Office and the Durham Police Department. But as deputies and members of the Sheriff's Office, we're everywhere. Is that right, Captain Lane? We're everywhere.
We are you never know where you're going to see us, but usually we're there for a good reason. So
yeah, that is exactly right. We're there for a good reason.
Don't be afraid to see us.
And our community engagement efforts are second to none, because Durham likes to have a party, and the Sheriff's Office is always involved in those festivities. And so we want people to come join our team who want to be a part of community engagement. Well, we're going to take a break, and we will be back in just a few minutes to continue our conversation with Captain Kim Lane, our training and recruitment manager. Thank you. I'm Durham County Sheriff Clarence Birkhead. We are hiring now. If you want to make a difference in our community, I want you to join our team. The Durham County Sheriff's Office offers a generous benefit package and a wide range of career opportunities. If you are at least 21 and have a high school diploma, we want to hear from you. Be the future of the Durham County Sheriff's Office. Join the team today. Visit durhamsheriff.com. Welcome back to Star Talk. I'm your host, Sheriff Birkhead, and we're covering recruitment and training with Captain Kim Lane today. Captain Lane, the first segment went really, really well. I think you gave a lot of excellent knowledge and information to our listeners. Let's talk about the success that we've had recently with hiring law enforcement or deputies, sworn positions, here at the Durham County Sheriff's Office.
I'm super excited about it, especially because it's happening under my tenure. So of course I'm going to brag about it. But no, it's not just me. I think we were on that track to begin with, just for the direction you were leading us in, and you have done so much work, Sheriff, to work with the county commissioners and county manager to get us some salaries that are very attractive. And I think that is starting to pay off. We have people that they are coming to us. We're not even actually having to do too much recruiting on the deputy side because the word's getting around. And we run our own academies, and that is something that is very attractive to people. I think by January, we're actually going to be pretty good on the deputy side. We'll still need to work on those detention officer positions. And of course, we never stop looking for new hires because we know through natural attrition that we're going to lose people. We're going to lose people to retirements, right? Everybody does their day, and then it's their time to take a break, and we got to look for young officers ready to come in and take their place. So we never stop recruiting. Ever.
No, that's excellent, and I'm really happy to lead the Durham County Sheriff's Office, and certainly happy that we are getting our salaries up where they can be competitive. And just sticking with the deputy side for just a moment, I think a lot of young men and women looking for a career in law enforcement are excited about what they see us do here at the Durham County Sheriff's Office. We have several special teams, Captain Lane, and I know it's part of our recruitment video that people can go to our website and see our recruitment video or all of our social media platforms and take a look at the exciting special teams that we have. We have Swiftwater Rescue, we have a bomb team, we have certainly an ERT, which is our version of SWAT. And I think being part of an organization that is forward-thinking and that you have an opportunity to do just about everything in the field of law enforcement is attracting some of those men and women from other agencies, other jurisdictions to come and join our team. What would you like to add about our special teams, Captain Lane, that might attract some of our already certified individuals from across the state of North Carolina?
Well, like you said, we have some very unique aspects. The hazardous devices team is very unique in this area, and that is very appealing to a lot of people. Also, the search and rescue, we like to call them the dive team. It's just easier to say that. For you folks that love the water, come on out and be on the team because you'll get a chance to dive quite a bit. Maybe not in the pretty waters of the Bahamas, but we'll put you in the water if that's what you like. And we have boats that go fast, and so there's a way to add extra elements to this job. Because as much as we love our job, sometimes there's just a little something extra you need, and we have outlets for that. Our ERT team, which a lot of people are very attracted to all the tactical stuff. So we definitely have that for you. And those guys stay quite busy, and they offer an excellent service to the community. So not just the special teams, though, Sheriff. I want to point out also that a sheriff's office itself is unique, right? So, not slighting any of our local municipalities, but we have a lot to offer. When you start getting bored doing one task, hey, if you're getting a little bit older and you're getting a little tired of staying in that car for 12 hours on those patrol shifts and you want to come do civil process and transfer to that division, or if you want to go do court security, if you are an excellent criminal investigator, you can go work in that division. If you love working with kids, you can be an SRO. We love people that love kids. And it's truly one of the more important functions of our office that doesn't quite always get the attention it deserves. So my point is, and I didn't even name everything, you can have a long 30-year career and keep it interesting. And that's what I love about the sheriff's office. That's why I've been here for 27 years. And that's why I'm not going to leave, not till I'm ready to retire, and you can replace me then.
Well, you heard it right here, and I've got it recorded. Captain Lane is not leaving. And so you mentioned all of the varied activities and the opportunities to serve the community, to serve the public here at the Sheriff's Office, nationally accredited bomb teams and our special teams, our dive teams. You never know what division you may be assigned to at the Sheriff's Office versus being in a municipality a little more restricted, because the sheriff does everything. In the state of North Carolina, the Sheriff's Office is a constitutional office charged with courthouse security, managing the detention center, but also providing law enforcement services. And we're a full-service sheriff's office here in Durham County in that we do it all, not just in Durham County. We have a regional approach. So we partner with our neighboring counties and even counties down east with our Swiftwater Rescue. So you may be in Durham County today, but if a natural disaster occurs, you may be deployed, my term, to the eastern part of North Carolina to help with flooding and evacuation and serving those folks in that part of the state in conjunction with our agreements with sheriff's offices all up and down the eastern seaboard and certainly all across the central part of North Carolina. Now, unfortunately, on the flip side, Captain Lane, we have not been as successful in recruiting in our detention center. There's some unique challenges to working in a detention center, and right now we're at about 44% vacancy rate. Let's talk about some of those challenges and how we're overcoming them and how we still want people to consider a job in corrections.
Well, first, it's not unique to us, for sure. It's not just happening in the state, it's happening nationwide. So it's not unique to us, but to us, it's an important problem. So we're not just going to just write it off and say, oh, well, everybody's having this problem. That's not a sufficient answer for me. We are doing the best we can to get the word out about the opportunities that also exist in the detention facility. So if you think about it, a deputy just by nature is recruiting for the rest of us, right? Every call they go to, every public interaction, they are our ambassadors. They are our recruiters. Well, the unsung heroes are behind the doors of that jail. No one's seeing the work that they're doing. So, every day I'm trying to think of how do we let people know? Obviously, this conversation is one of the ways. We continue to explore. I have additional ideas that hopefully will come to fruition and we'll be able to get the word out. What's important, too, is these officers get paid the same starting salary as the deputies. So we value that detention officer with the same importance that we value the deputy. Yes, training may be different. They are no less important, and their job is equally dangerous. And we respect that, and we know that. So we need you guys. Whoever's listening, please go to the online portal. and with detention, because of the shortages, I like to see the positive silver lining. The advancement opportunities are going to come much quicker to those employees, and we encourage rank and development. And so that's how I see it.
No, that's great. Thank you for sharing that. Working in the detention center is it's a unique environment. It will take a special person committed to service to work in the congregate setting of a detention center. We know that the COVID virus or the coronavirus and COVID really hurt not just jails but other congregate setting facilities across the country. And so we're recovering from that, and we're doing everything we can to obviously keep our facilities safe, keep those who are housed therein safe and secure, and provide those essential services while they are in my care and custody as the sheriff. And so you're right. We want individuals who are committed to service, who want to be a part of our team, to come and work with us in the detention center. And let's go back to our law enforcement side for just a second, because something exciting is about to happen here in the state of North Carolina that we're going to be a part of. So I'd like our listeners to know, again, we're leading the way here at Durham County Sheriff's Office. So talk about what's about to happen in January.
We are one of 15 agencies in the state of North Carolina that is participating in a pilot version of the newest edition of the Basic Law Enforcement Training Academy. We like to call it BLET. We are super excited about that. We have some good individuals already slated to participate as cadets in that academy. And it's kind of nice to be ahead of the game because the change is coming anyway. And it's just really interesting to be a part of that change and also help critique and if there are changes that are needed, I want to be that person that can give that input to say yay, nay, or hey, let's tweak this a little bit. We're a part of the future, and that's great for me. I love it.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And as the sheriff, you have heard me say on many occasions, we are leading the way, and this is an example of us being part of the future with testing this new basic law enforcement training academy. We've given our listeners a lot of information during this episode, Captain Lane, and I want to talk just a little bit more before we wrap up about the benefits of working at the Durham County Sheriff's Office here in Durham County and what those benefits look like for the employee as well as their family.
So the family is very important, and the good thing about the county in general is we want to take care of the individual and the individual's family. Durham County offers outstanding medical, vision, and dental insurance. We have some of the lower copays than other insurance agency companies offer. Also, we have in Durham County, we're very progressive. The health department is. We have an on-site wellness clinic that people can use to actually get prescriptions, see a nurse practitioner when you can't see your primary care doctor. That's awesome. Not a lot of surrounding counties have that. We have great family leave policies, paid parental leave up to 12 weeks. We have what I refer to as caretaker leave, one of the newer policies, up to 6 weeks, 100% paid to help care for a loved one. And then we have our newest policy, our wellness days, because you and the county care deeply about mental health, so to speak, or personal issues that may be going on at home. 5 days of personal days is what we call them, and that's not sick time. So, of course, we get our sick time, we get our paid holiday leave. That's all that on top of that. And then I'll sum it up with the money piece. We have a $6,000 sign-on bonus, so I'm definitely not going to leave that out, right? And then some of our incentive pay for our base salaries, you're looking at, if you meet one of the extra criteria, 2.5%, 5%, 7%, up to 10% potentially if you have higher education, if you are fluent in another language, prior military, prior experience. These things will bump your salary up. Why wouldn't you work in Durham? I mean,
I
that's
think that
really
right
what
there
we need
is the question.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to work for the Durham County Sheriff's Office here in Durham County. We do all of these things for our new hires, but we also do them for our current employees, and we work really hard to retain our employees by having this benefit package, continuing to champion the good work that the county commissioners and the county is doing to make sure we treat the whole person as our employees, and family really is important. So here at the Durham County Sheriff's Office, we have pride ourselves in having a family professional environment, but we do care about all of the men and women who work for us. You said it. The folks who work in detention are heroes. The folks who work on the street and serve in our communities from Bahama, Rougemont, Southwest Durham are ambassadors of the good work that we're doing serving the residents here in Durham County. And Captain Lane, I can say this has been a fantastic conversation. So in about 30 seconds, I'd like for you to give your wrap up if there's anything you'd like our listeners to take away as a final nugget of information from you and your folks in training and recruiting.
If you want to work in a supportive environment and be a part of the future, this is where you need to be. And I think we just spelled it all out. I have nothing negative to say. Please go online. I'd love to talk to you, and I personally meet every single applicant. So welcome aboard. I'll go ahead and say it. I'll tease the pot a little bit.
All right. I like that positive energy. Welcome aboard. You've been listening to another segment of Star Talk with me, your host, Durham County Sheriff Clarence Birkhead. We certainly thank you for listening in, and until next time, stay safe.